Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to the greatest game that was ever made by any humans, and I'll fight you to say otherwise. We're going to look at a customized mech that I built, which is completely broken in this game. This game is not balanced, and we're going to go take it out on a little mission. So I kind of skipped by it there, but they told us to go blow up a bunch of enemy stuff. And they gave us some information. 1934-23 GST. We're still using GST though. Don't worry. In the future space, we're still using GST.
By the way, does it actually is all of the information that she tells you actually relevant, or is it just like fluff?
The temperature is relevant. Your heat sinks will be more or less effective depending on the external temperature.
Mm-hmm. But can you actually follow the directions she tells you based on what you're getting in the game, like on the map and what have you?
She told me directions?
I don't know, she told you a whole bunch of numbers.
Yeah, she told me what time it was and what temperature it was. Yeah, I apologize about all this missing. This was an improperly calibrated joystick. As I mentioned, there's a little bit of difficulty with that. So
yeah, because it's like you've told me, this game is running on like 4 virtual machines, human centipeded together.
Yes, basically. Which isn't entirely necessary. I was just being paranoid. And now I've got it set up that way, and it's kind of fun to do. So, I'm going to talk real quick about why this guy's broken. You see I've got all these M lasers. Medium lasers are pound for pound, like the best non-ammunition based weapon you can have.
I also see that they recharge like immediately.
Yes, the only restriction is the heat, but yeah, you can see I just, like, those are kind of close to me in weight class, and I just instantly shred them and they barely touched me, and most of that was because I was having trouble with the joystick. Also, this mech comes outfitted with jump jets, which make you go 3 times as fast as you could go otherwise, and you can fly. And part of that's because of the way I customized everything, but also part of it's just this is a broken mech. You just outload it with a bunch of medium lasers.
This music is so much better than the synthesizer stuff you get in the menu.
Yeah, it's got really good music. In general. There's one song in particular which gets stuck in my head sometimes. This is an HPG uplink we just destroyed. That's what allows faster than light communication. So, there's a whole universe and lore that we'll get to during walking back to dropship moments, but or walking between things moments. Another thing that's in this game a lot is targets of opportunity. They just say destroy any targets of opportunity, and it's tertiary like objective. It's not like necessary to get past the level. It just adds to your score because that's the most important thing in these games.
Yeah, it's still like very a bit arcadey in that regard because all
games hadn't quite moved beyond that yet.
Yeah, like it's like being like an arcade game was the cool thing to do.
Right. So this is a mining complex. It's one target of opportunity. I will not be 100%ing this game at all because some of the targets of opportunity are just dull and take a long time to do.
And do they actually give you anything worthwhile, like more money?
No, there's no extra dialogue or story or anything like that for this.
But like no extra money, no, just like score.
Yeah, money's not a thing in this game. You're part of a military that funds everything for you.
Okay, so it's
actually, I don't remember
just...
if that was a target. Go ahead, sorry.
So it's literally just a carryover from arcade, where it's just like, oh, you get a better score, you can tell your friends. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little neat to see because sometimes there's some things. There's no turret, but this time I have guns, and I'll hit it eventually. This is very sensitive the way I calibrated my joystick. That's why you keep seeing it bob around. But this mech's broken. Anyway, Yeah, it is kind of neat because sometimes there's things in targets of opportunity that you wouldn't see otherwise. Oh, and I'm looking at what do I have to do again? But oh yeah, we're gonna run into walls a lot.
Like, I've tried a little bit of MechWarrior 3 before it, like, just like... It was too hard to run and too hard to actually play for me. It was like, I remember that you don't actually like I understand why you walk into walls for a bunch of time. You don't just decide
it takes a long time for your mech to reverse direction if it's running full speed.
Yeah, so I'm just saying to people who are gonna be like, oh, how stupid are you to walk into a wall for 5 seconds? And I'm like, and I'm just saying, yeah, I understand why you're doing that.
Okay.
It's because you just choose a speed and then you slowly choose the other speed.
Yes. Also, but look at me go, wee, jump jets. But also, sometimes walls just disappear in this particular game because, as you can see, things are loading in very smoothly.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just rendering distance.
Yes, but sometimes also if you're close to them and you're at the wrong angle, they just won't appear, and then you'll walk into them and you're like, oh, here's a wall.
Oh, I can also imagine that it would have some issues, like, if you're not looking at it, it's not gonna appear.
Sometimes, yes. Actually, so the Keshik is pleased with our actions in the field. We made him proud.